Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have DJ Akademiks on the backlash from Kendrick Lamar fans towards What's the Dirt, who was also called out by other creators like the company man and deleted for his lack of understanding on the culture. And guys, I know Akademiks is extremely polarizing. I detest a lot of his actions and the stuff he says all the time. But to not call him out on his fallacies on certain things when he's still the #1 guy in hip hop media wouldn't sit right by me. I mean, someone has to challenge some of those erroneous narratives. What's the Dirt first came into prominence, honestly, after reporting on Joe Budden, which is one of his first videos to really take off, but really made waves when he started breaking down the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef records, which was going well until he broke down Family Matters, which definitely caused tons of outrage. He even deactivated his X account after going back and forth with tons of people. And while I am a staunch supporter of freedom of speech and remaining objective, you can't be shocked if some people point out what they may see as inaccuracies. If you are in fact right, it shouldn't really be that much of a debate, right? The one line that shouldn't be crossed for me is obviously when it comes to threats and violence. But guys, while there is freedom of speech, it does not free us of the consequences. Words, just like actions, are not devoid of consequences. But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the video. Again, we have DJ Akademiks on the backlash from Kendrick Lamar fans towards What's the Dirt. At this point, I feel like if Akademiks is the only one defending you, it does not look good for you.
And this is what he said. You know, he did the best and most amazing breakdowns of really the beef in the battle. And you know, after a while, people started saying, "Yo, you're a Drake fan," because they want him to shit on Drake, and he's trying to like be fair and honest. And they're just been getting at him. So he, you know, one point he got into it with the company man, and now like they've been really getting him like, "Oh no, you just like Drake." So he put this video up.
All right, so I gotta at this point I really gotta put this shit across because I've never really ever done this. I'm sick and tired of the narrative online regarding Kendrick and Drake. I'm tired of it. Like, if you think
the thing is, you can't gain so much financially from covering it and strip yourself away of any consequences that come from it. And while fair or unfair, once you put out any piece of content, it's open to not only criticism, but also praise. It's not like the guy wasn't getting praised tons for his work before. He's got to understand that when speaking about something that people are so passionate about, you're going to eventually tick someone off.
I'm blind, like, do you really think I'm blind? I know for a fact if I put out video after video about how amazing Kendrick is and how terrible Drake is, like, do you think I don't know that that is not working right now? That's clearly what you'd have to be blind not to see that is clearly what's working right now. But I'm not doing this.
But there is a reason why it is getting pushed in the algorithm so much, because obviously a lot of people are feeling that way. YouTube is not going to recommend anything that people don't actually want to see, because they are in the business of making money and you want people to watch the content.
Just for fucking money. I'm not doing, I never started this channel for any of that stuff. Like this channel is a reflection of what I believe and what I believe to know is right. There's no way in hell that everything that Kendrick said in the beef or whatever is 100% fact, and everything that Drake...
Yeah, but I don't think too many people are arguing that at all. And if it wasn't for money, you could easily just demonetize the channel.
Said is 100% a lie. If you're one of those people that subscribes to those types of channels, like, that's just, yeah, they'll tell you what you want to hear, but it's complete bullshit. That's not the reality. I'm telling you right now, that is not 100%. That is not the reality of the situation.
I've been trying to talk to shouts my boy What's the Dirt, man. Now
you can tell it's weighing on him.
I keep saying, right now hip hop is like politics, right? And everybody's like, oh, whose side are you on or whatever. But I sincerely do want to ask, like, a lot of, like, maybe a Kendrick fans is like, what y'all don't know, y'all are becoming the people y'all claim to go against. There was a point where y'all felt that Drake and some of his hypocrisies, whether it was writing or fakeness or cultural appropriation, criticisms of those things was just blanket hating rather than valid conversation pieces. What's happening now with Kendrick fans, they're looking at Kendrick the same way. You can't have a conversation about Kendrick's sincereness.
Obviously, both sides have their stands. I am all for being objective when it comes to both these guys, but the fact of the matter is that Drake definitely had a lot of missteps this year, and Kendrick Lamar definitely had narratives thrown his way. Those just obviously didn't stick. But the reason why Drake is going through all this is honestly a perfect storm of so many things. A lot of rap fans have felt a certain way about Drake for a very long time now, but obviously some of the stuff he's done allegedly behind the scenes has not gained him any favor in any of these offices, because they are starting to kind of look at him as replaceable, because a lot of the new stuff obviously has not been hitting. This year, he's been met with more dislikes than likes on his record, and he's never really had to deal with that, even with having detractors his whole career. There's always people that thought he was corny since the jump, but it is a little hypocritical because Drake was doing this to Meek Mill for even longer. And while Kendrick Lamar has only really addressed this through music, Drake was doing it at arena shows, putting Meek up on the Jumbotron and playing back-to-back a million times. So it does seem a little hypocritical coming from like his camp and his fan base.
Hypocrisy. You can't have a conversation about, whether his music is really that global or even, travels sometimes beyond the freeways in California. They don't want to hear anything but greatness and praise. And what they don't realize is that you're turning to the very same fan base that you claimed you were disgusted by, right? A lot of y'all that are Kendrick fans claimed you were disgusted by how much Drake, is allowed to do A, B, C, and D, or his fans never hold him accountable, or that, he doesn't get the true criticism that he should deserve for A, B.
I think you're comparing two different situations. I'm pretty sure if Kendrick Lamar were getting hit with some of the allegations that Drake has been getting throughout the years, people would look at him totally different. I don't think fans are expecting him to be perfect because he has been pretty transparent through his music. And like I said earlier, this beef is only one of the many factors that has Drake in the position he is in his career right now.
B, C, and D. And that's definitely happening. Like, to criticize Kendrick these days is almost it's like going against an entire team, right?
The culture.
I don't think Kendrick fans objectively criticize him anymore. They just look at him like anything he says or does is perfect. And if I'm wrong, I would love to hear. I look in, I know Drill's probably going to cut this up. Drill, I look in the comment section for this video. Could any Kendrick fans tell me valid criticisms that you guys have of him? Because I've told you ones I've had of Drake. Could you tell me valid criticisms that you think
he has before
being discussed? And it could be small or big. It doesn't matter what it is, right? I think kind of that's what What's the Dirt's getting at. It's like, he can't say nothing bad about Kendrick. People are on his ass.
If you want to look at it from an objective lens, which is what I've been doing, I'm not willing, why did I start this? I didn't start this to, there's never a point in my mind where I'm writing a script and I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't say that because the Kendrick fans might not like it. Or I shouldn't say that because the Drake fans won't like it. When you get to the point where you're catering to that audience, one or the other, that's a slippery slope as a creator. That's bad. If you really care about the art of creating and really making something and really being true to why you got into this, I don't know why most people got into this, but I didn't get into this just for commerce. I got into this because I love hip hop. I love making videos, and it was a great outlet for me as someone with mental health issues. That's pretty much why I did it. It was a gift for me to do this. But I'm not willing to jump out the gate and do what is popular or say what is popular, because I know at the end of the day, what I'm saying on my channel will age the best. I'll put my money up right now. Will age the best of any other channel on YouTube about this beef.
If you truly believe that, you would just let the backlash wash over. And I totally agree that making these videos is an awesome creative outlet. I love music. I've been producing for a long time. I've been signed for the last few years. But being able to break down music and music news and anything on the culture, for me, is amazing and honestly gratifying, because I get to converse with all you guys in the comments, and we always have some amazing dialogues. But he has to understand, if you've cultivated that type of tribe, that's what's going to come with it, And if it's too much, he might have to switch the type of content he's reporting on, even though obviously he's done very well with it.
When you look at my Family Matters breakdown in 10, 15 years from now, I guarantee it will be the most accurate thing on YouTube. And that's all I've cared about. All I've cared about.
Yeah, I got my boy going through it, man. Shout out to him, man. Hey,
No,
that's how it
you can
is.
see it on his face.
I read a couple donations. Hassan Lee says, "Yo, Ack, if you need a driver, man, I hit you on the gram. I got you. Okay, I'll check you out." Rodrigue
Like the ultimate setup.
Cal says, "Thank you for the tennis." Says, "Yo, why is Drake skipping you, gang? You have had his back the most, and he can't give you a stream."
This is a thought we've all had with the announcement of him doing the stream with Aiden, a person that really in the streamer world is kind of persona non grata. A lot of the top streamers kind of keep him at an arm's distance because he is kind of volatile. And he's definitely brought some negative attention onto himself. And the fact that he's associated with Kick really doesn't help too much. Pretty much the land of debaucherous streamers. But the fact that Drake has been doing so many of the other streamers and not visiting Ack, somebody that has been his biggest cheerleader, even though now I kind of feel like he's kind of gotten a little bitter with the fact that really Drake doesn't acknowledge him other than a DM here and there, it's starting to tick him off a little bit. Because lately, even when trying to defend Drake, it seems like he's been doing way more harm, and sometimes I feel like it's on purpose, to Drake's reputation. And I do feel like the best reception he'd possibly get from any of these streamer communities would possibly be Akademiks's. Because when he sat down during the XQC stream and he asked for W's in the chats, you could see the life force leaving his body. Because I'm pretty sure it was a stream of L's and roasting. So if he's putting himself through that, he must like Akademiks less than we think.
I don't think he's skipping me, bro. These are deliverables for Kick. I don't even stream on Kick. I don't stream on Kick. And again, you know, man,
Are they tied up with Steak as well?
I just don't know how to like continually say it. Like, I don't have that much expectation or expect. I don't do things with the expectations that that person has to give me something. You know what I mean?
When you're doing stuff for others, do it without any expectations of receiving anything. He does look
I
sad
don't know
though.
if I'll ever have like a good answer for that for y'all. Because all right, you want to play into the other side of you want to play into the other side of
I think Drake just doesn't really
what
like
I guess
him.
people want. All right, let's play into this, right? Let's say I feel a way, and I'm kind of upset. Let's say that, right?
This is almost like when O.J. Simpson hypothetically talks about how he would have did what he did, allegedly.
What fans want is for me to say fuck Drake, right? But that's just not my even demeanor, even if it was something I felt entitled to. So y'all still want to get what y'all want, right? Like that's just not me. You think me and
Nah, you can't say that after the countless rants you've had on stream. Honestly, that's very much your demeanor.
6ix9ine has never had disagreements. You ever see me come out here and say fuck 6ix9ine? No. So it's like y'all want me to turn against someone, but number one, I don't feel that entitled. But number two, even if I did feel that entitled, I would just it wouldn't manifest in me say fucking the guy. Pause. Like I wouldn't say fuck him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say yo he's trash. I wouldn't change my tune on his music. I would just be like, all right, cool. Like all right, I know this guy's just he's kind of like a fake one. All right, cool. I know that for when he has to talk to me as a man and I have to talk to him as a man. And that's it. It wouldn't be for some shit where I'm like, now, y'all should know, and this is my.
While that might be true, it definitely seems like he has some type of resentment about the situation. He just knows where his bread is buttered, and you don't want to axe that communication line. Drake can't even say that he's busy when you're being booked on every other stream. And if I'm not mistaken, Steak and Kick does have common ownership. I don't know if they were like founded by the same person, but I think there is some type of relationship there. So it does make sense with the fact that Drake is like the spokesperson for Steak and online gambling, that they would try to bring him on Kick to do some cross promotion.
A track record with these artists. It's only when these artists go public with me, right? The only way you would ever get me to say something crazy about Drake, and once y'all gonna bait it now, because I'm gonna give you the key. If Drake came on and said, Akademiks a bitch, fuck this nigga. He's a weirdo.
The meltdown would
Of
be
course,
of
I'm
epic
gonna always defend
proportions.
myself. But to feel disappointed by an artist or whatever, what do you think I'm gonna just like? I'm not a girl. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna hear. I know what y'all want. Y'all want me to say or go on a campaign that I've gone on versus many artists against Drake. But I've told you, all of those campaigns are rooted in respect. Meek, I didn't think respected me. Baby, I didn't think respected me. Even SZA, I think she didn't respect me to have a conversation. So we had one publicly. It was never that I thought that these guys owed me anything. I never thought they owed me money. I never thought they owed me nothing. So like I know what y'all again, even if I did feel that way, it wouldn't be anything that would benefit whatever y'all narrative is, because you wouldn't hear me say, oh man, fuck Drake because he doesn't know. Me supporting someone isn't dependent on them giving or throwing me a bone. I'm not a girl. I work for everything I got.
You can't just keep saying I'm not a girl, because there's a lot of men that act the same way. But yeah, I definitely agree. You shouldn't do anything with like expectations of receiving anything in return. And I feel like that goes for almost everything. If it is in someone's heart to go and do something for you, they will go and do it. Because expecting something definitely makes it transactional. But even though Ack is not going out and literally saying F Drake, I do feel like there is some disappointment and a little resentment built up. Because when he's off that Henny, I feel like I said earlier, he's doing way more damage to Drake's reputation than any good he could possibly be doing.
I I absolutely, I'm very proud of that. And that actually liberates me. Because if I need to criticize somebody, they can't be like, I gave you your career. Like, yo, oh, I gave you your whole career, bro. You can't say nothing bad about me. No. And I like to maintain that independence. But
Yeah, man, to say that's not in his demeanor when he's done it so many times, I would say that's a pretty erroneous statement. So I won't agree there. With the energy he was displaying, it honestly does seem like it is bothering him, but he's not going to say nothing right now anyway. And one could definitely argue, how much really does Drake respect this guy if he hasn't made an effort to go and actually tap in with the one person that's been his biggest cheerleader? Anybody looking from the outside in would definitely see that as something very, very telling. But as far as the backlash for What's the Dirt, honestly, man, whether fair or unfair, it is part of the game. Once you put your content out there, your art, whatever it is, you're opening it up for criticism. Not only just that, but also praise. So at least for me, you can't really reap all the benefits you receive from covering this stuff. I'm pretty sure you did really well for yourself financially making this content. And as a small creator, I can forecast the type of reception that a certain thing I said is going to receive. And if that outcome is going to upset you, you keep making those type of videos. And if you really are that confident that your video and that your content and your view is going to age so well, then it really shouldn't matter what all these people say, because yeah, in just a matter of time, you'll be proven right. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about all the backlash What's the Dirt's been getting and Akademiks' take on it. And also let me know if you guys think he does harbor some type of resentment towards Drake for doing everyone else's stream but his. It may very well be that he's doing this because Kick might have a partnership with Stake, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. The channel is still doing amazingly well. Honestly, the growth has been exponential, and I really want to thank you guys for making this channel a part of your day. And I know covering Akademiks is definitely a very polarizing topic, but at the end of the day, we can't live in a vacuum and act like he isn't the #1 guy in hip-hop media. So when he's saying something, if I can point out some of the fallacies and erroneous claims to kind of clear that up for some people, man, I'm going to do it. But best believe I'm always going to remain objective. And again, I want to thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys continue to show the channel on a daily. It's really honestly one of the biggest motivations in me making this content. And I want to let you guys know how grateful I am. So I hope you guys love the video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And yeah, Ak, you can't say that's not in a demeanor when you've proven that it has been many a times.